Okay, so it's 11:20 a.m., 3/29/2018. I went to group and I left early. I told the counselor, thank you very much. I appreciate the material, but I do not feel safe in this group, and I do not feel like it's a safe place for my dog to be in this group. The circumstances that led up to my leaving group, I'm going to totally leave out the various cars that completely swarmed me on the way to town and on the way home from town, and the fact that, well, my house was 100% sure either someone was in here or they tried to get in and screwed up. But anyway, back to group. So the circumstances that led up to my leaving today and quitting group are a repeatable pattern from pretty much the time that I left this same person's group. In fact, I have not finished, all the groups, both the Tuesday night DBT, the RODBT was pretty bad, and then this one. And in this one, they're point blank. The chicks are saying, people are, okay, so I can't go there either. So anyway, the reason that I left, as confidentially as possible, is that I felt like the counselors had used the group to put me in my place and let me know that I was not an important member of the group, using this, we want everyone to feel safe, we want everyone to feel safe, but, completely neglecting my issue. And then leading up to this, where we want everyone to feel safe, during check-in, there was a bit of information, a weird behavior from my dog where it looked like he'd been handed possibly something in his mouth, I don't know. And then my dog began acting in a weird and dangerous behavior that I felt, he started, it was, and I was just like, it was like really unusual. And the only other time that he's done a behavior like that is when he was a puppy, and I felt like people in my neighborhood had applied something to his bone outdoor and he'd ingested it again, and that was again the only other time that I'd seen this particular behavior. So yep, I unfortunately did have to leave group. I said thank you, I appreciate the materials, but I do not feel safe here, and I do not feel like this is a safe place for my dog. This is not the first incident that I've had that's even similar to this one, even using the idea of safety and how people should be safe, except me. All the people that count need to be safe. We want all the people that count to feel safe. And I'm put in my place because obviously I'm made to not feel safe. And that's the unfortunate way that the school district is run here. And it's too bad to see passive aggressive, damaging, unhealthy behavior being used on vulnerable people by mental health professionals that are supposedly teaching people to avoid using passive aggressive behaviors. My last conversation with this counselor also included the idea that I was again saying that I wanted to see the policy of putting envelopes with personal, confidential mental health information of vulnerable people that say confidential on the envelope. The envelope is printed with the word confidential on it, to put them open, unsealed, in an unlocked place on a desk where people can actually possibly reach around. It is completely unkosher. And so we went over that in the last phone call, and I said that, having policies like that was bad social pressure being used to create unsafe policies. I said that I was willing to have a hate group if people needed it, and I would be in the center. I said that I was willing for her people to feel safe to leave group and then, let them do whatever, and I could come back or I could not come back. I said that, I would speak up and say that it was my issue, or that she could speak up and say it was her issue, the one that I said made me feel unsafe in group. She asked me to specifically not speak up and said that she specifically was planning to speak to the issue anyway, but now that she definitely would. And then we went through that rigmarole where back and forth, the two counselors play this little game where, is there something else that I was going to check in? It seems like there was something else, because what the check-in ended up being was going to be really extensive, led me to believe that it was going to be my issue. And so I sat there, and then she talked a lot about, how everyone needs to feel safe because, make sure that we don't interrupt each other. We don't want to go to hand raising, but we do want to make sure that we're not talking over each other and we don't interrupt each other, and because we want everybody to feel safe. And then we went back and forth, back and forth. I thought there was something else. Was there something else for check-in? And the other counselor's like, nope, all I have written down was that. But I thought, and then they go back and forth, and I just sat there with the Mona Lisa smile and let them forget my issue, and that was specifically about safety, and, and then the thing happened with my dog possibly ingesting something unsafe and unhealthy somehow, and so we left. And I'm probably going to discontinue actually going to the other counselor there, because this is an ongoing thing, and it's actually something that I've talked with these guys about over and over the course of the last 5-6 years. And I've told them repeatedly that this was an issue back when I was in like 7th and 8th grade with a counselor that was there back then. And coincidentally, some of the people that run some of these groups in a socially, it's that queen bee crap that I hate. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's dishonest. It's damaging. It's unhealthy. It's emotionally predatory. And it leaves you feeling like gross and yucky.